The Cabin, a Lane Art Studio, Daba Films production. One day, Prince Butterhead, whose name was really Alphonse de Luigi, was visiting his Daba, who called him Pookie, and his Baba, who called him Alfie. They were having a lot of fun. They played with the beach ball in the living room hot tub. Then they put the bouncy cover over the hot tub and jumped so high they could touch the disco ball on the ceiling. They chased each other around the house, slid down the stairway slide, rode the train up the stairs, climbed the rock wall, and splashed in the waterfall. "Time for me to make dinner," Daba said. "You don't have to," Baba said. "I bought Arby's." "Hooray!" Prince Butterhead said. "I'll set the table." At dinner, Daba said, "This is a very fun house." "It sure is," Baba said. "I love it, especially the train," Prince Butterhead said. "I was thinking we will enjoy this fun house even more if we take a break and try a different kind of fun," Daba said. "What kind of different fun?" Baba asked, looking just a tiny bit worried. Sometimes he thought Daba's ideas were a little bit too different. "An adventure," Daba said. "I rented a cabin where we can stay tomorrow night. It's off the grid." "Off the what?" Prince Butterhead asked. "Off the electrical grid," Baba replied. "That means there's no electricity." "No electricity!" Prince Butterhead exclaimed. "But how does the TV work?" "No TV," Daba said cheerfully. "How do computers and video games work?" Prince Butterhead asked. "No computers, video games, or internet," Daba said. "How will we stay warm?" Prince Butterhead asked, looking worried. "Wood stove," Daba said. "What about lights?" Prince Butterhead asked. "Lanterns," Daba said. "How do we cook our food?" Prince Butterhead asked. "Propane stove," Daba said. "It will be fun. You'll love it." Prince Butterhead didn't look too sure of that. Neither did Baba. But in the morning, after they ate bacon for breakfast, they packed up some clothes and got in the car. They stopped at the castle to pick up Banana, Prince Butterhead's yellow dog. Lemon the cat hid because he didn't want to go. He didn't like to ride in cars. "Goodbye, Melon," Daba yelled as they drove away. "Daba, his name is Lemon," Prince Butterhead said. "I know," Daba said. The cabin was in a pretty meadow with big, beautiful flowers around it. Baba, Daba, and Prince Butterhead went inside with their suitcases. There was a wood stove fireplace, a propane stove, a big bed for Baba and Daba, and a smaller bed for Prince Butterhead. "This is nice, but now what do we do?" Prince Butterhead asked. "Well, first we collect firewood for the wood stove," Daba said. So Baba, Daba, Prince Butterhead, and Banana walked out of the cabin, through the meadow, and into the forest on a narrow trail. There were lots of sticks and logs to use for firewood, and soon they each had an armload, except for Banana, who didn't have arms. As they walked back through the forest, they saw a deer mommy and her baby fawn. They saw a pond full of noisy frogs and a family of wild turkeys. In the meadow, they saw rabbits, a woodchuck, and a prickly porcupine. Back in the cabin, Prince Butterhead helped Daba make a fire and helped Baba put sleeping bags on the beds. They made hot dogs for lunch, read some books together, and played cards. Baba and Prince Butterhead took Banana for a walk. They found a little brook and threw sticks in it to see whose sticks would float away fastest, while Banana splashed in the water. When they got back to the cabin, it was time for dinner. Daba made soup and grilled cheese sandwiches with bacon. After dinner, they lit the lanterns and roasted marshmallows and made s'mores. When it was time for bed, Baba told very silly stories about a cat who rode a motorcycle, her friend the donkey, and a very unlucky meerkat. Everybody fell fast asleep. In the morning they made bacon and pancakes for breakfast. Prince Butterhead and Daba played checkers. Then they all went for a walk in the meadow. Banana chased rabbits but couldn't catch them. The rabbits were too fast. "I like being off the grid, at least for a little while," Prince Butterhead said. "Me too," Baba said. "Me three," Daba said. "Now let's go home and get in that hot tub." And so they did.